And now for your feature presentation.
Finally, TV, here we are, party people, back again with another episode of Voice of the Valley. And remember, don't just dream, inspire, don't just imagine, create, and just don't believe, achieve. That's the way it goes down every time right here. Beacon, New York, a lovely day in November. I want to remind y'all, ask me those questions below. Remember, I will answer your questions on the next Voice of the Valley. All you got to do is put the question below in the comments, and I will give you that answer on the next Voice of the Valley, shout you out in the whole nine. I got hailing from Monticello, my man, NHO Bravo in the building. What's up, sir?
What's going on? NHO Bravo 845 on all platforms. What's going on? I just dropped the album. What's up, Gabe? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, brother. It's nice to see you. Live, right? Because we see each other all the time online.
Yeah. You knew that.
So this is the first time in the physical that we get to feel each other's energy. Everything's vibing. It's all gravy. So it's real nice to have you on the show, brother.
Yeah, nice being here.
Yeah. I know you just put out something. You just mentioned it. What's the name of that?
I just dropped Who's Bravo on all platforms. That's my latest album. It's on anything you could want to stream music on.
Okay.
Getting a lot of good reviews, and I appreciate it. I love y'all.
Yeah. All right, that's dope. Who is Bravo? So Spotify, your iTunes, all that stuff. Just go look it up. Just Google it. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, just Google NHO Bravo. I pop up. It's like 1,000 things that's gonna hit.
There you go. And that's what I like. You got to put in some work. You know, this independent grind is real. Actually, recently, I know the people have probably seen it by now. I had Eric Notes on the channel. And,
oh yeah, I watched that.
You know, and Eric Notes, man, he that was a real conversation, and he really put it out there about independent artists and what the real grind is all about. You know, he's a dope dude, and I'm glad to have somebody like you on, because you kind of exemplify some of the things he was saying about the hustle and the grind and just being real with yourself. You know what I mean? So that's dope. Let's move on into this interview, brother. Let's let the people know who you are. You get some followers out of this whole thing.
What's going on? NHO Bravo 845. That's my social media tag. On your music platforms, you just put NHO Bravo into your search bar. NHO stands for No Handouts. That's my team. That's my clique. No handouts, because we ain't asking for nothing, but we ain't giving nothing neither. You heard?
That's it. You know what? Shout out to Blackout, who always be saying who the show is not sponsored by. It's not sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. We gonna remove.
Oh yeah, right.
No, it's good right there. You the man.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
I knew that too.
You got that free minute and a half, Dunkin'. Send that money. But anyway, on the real though. So tell us, man. Voice of the Valley. We're gonna learn about you. Where were you born, and how'd you end up in the Hudson Valley?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I was raised in Westchester County in Lake Peekskill. Until I was around 10, and house burnt down.
Wow.
We ended up in Wurtsboro. Another house burnt down, and then we ended up in a homeless shelter in Monticello, and been in Monticello from there.
Wow, 2 house fires.
Yeah.
I've been a part of a house fire. Not fun.
A funny story, right? The second one started because my baby brother was playing with some matches and some rubbing alcohol outside the house, and I was in the house when it caught fire.
Wow. Wow, yeah, man. My house fire was in Puerto Rico. An old fan that was on the ceiling, just kind of oscillating, stopped oscillating, and he overheated and melted the TV under it, and that was a wrap.
I'll tell you, one of the scariest things is actually seeing them damn flames up close and personal.
Serious, bro. People sleep on that. How that was real for us, you know.
Telling you, and I was young, so the only thing I was trying to save was my PlayStation 1.
Yeah. Yo, in that you're funny because wifey sitting there grabbing her suitcase.
Yeah,
yo, get my shoes.
Yo, my Jordan 1s.
Exactly. Grab those, But not to make light of house fire because it's real. But when you've been through it, you could talk about it a little bit. Okay, so that's dope. So you've always been in New York. And it ended up in Monticello. You a gambler at all? You hitting that way?
I'm not really. I mean, I'll gamble occasionally, but I'm not really into gambling. I like to keep my money.
Yeah. No, that's smart because you're close now.
Yeah,
You're super close.
Right. It's right there. Like I don't even look at that.
Yeah.
I just drive right past it.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I always feel bad for the people out in Connecticut. You know, those few houses when you're getting close to the casino. I'm like, damn, bro, like.
I could imagine somebody living in Vegas. I
Right.
feel bad for y'all. I understand y'all struggle.
Word. So NHO Bravo. Let's explain the name to the people. Where does that come from?
NHO is, as I was saying, is the name of my clique is No Handouts Entertainment. The name came from just having to grind and go out and get everything literally out the mud by any means necessary at points. And the idea of No Handouts came out because it was like we've asked people to invest, we've asked people to throw us deals, we've asked people to put us on stage, features. Ain't nobody ever gave us nothing, so
Right.
anything we got, we worked for, and that's really where it derives from. Bravo is like, when I'm on stage or in a entertainment setting, it's like, tend to get those ovations. So,
Okay. Like
that
bravo.
bravo.
Yeah.
But then, there's the militant versions, and then, there's a bunch of different meanings behind it.
Right. Yeah, like B Bravo, and like they'll say stuff like that.
Yeah.
Got you. I like it, man. I like it, and I like that your name kind of goes back to one of the purest forms of what we do, right?
Right.
That live performance.
Right.
You know,
I'm an MC.
Yeah. That's moving the crowd, master of ceremony,
Yeah.
To me that's the true essence. So salute to you for, trying to instill some of that right in your name like that.
Appreciate it.
It says a lot about you. So tell us a little bit, why are you here today though? What brought you, man?
Well, I'm here today not only because I dropped the album, but I also, me and Gabe, we've been having conversations for quite a while. I've been seeing what he's doing, and I wanted to reach out and bring our influences together so that we could expand further.
Oh, I like that, man. I like that a lot. And I wish more people would look at it like that. You know what I mean?
It's a transfer. Anything is a transfer of energy. It's like, granted, you do have your artists that are out there that, might not have no following, but everybody has a group of friends. You know what I'm saying? That, and even if it's like a handful, you still bringing those people to somewhere.
Correct.
So you still are bringing your energy. You still do have some type of value, but we also, as artists, we also have to understand that, when people like Gabe reach out to us, if they're trying to do us a favor, we should, reciprocate that in whatever way, shape, or form. If whether we paying to go on a platform or we're promoting the platform
Right.
and bringing our followers to the platform.
Correct. Because eventually I end up reaching out to everybody who's been on Voice of the Valley because I want to throw a showcase where we just put on. I don't charge you. My thing is, we did that interview. We started networking. Now we're going to just show them what we was talking about.
Right.
So, like, y'all look out for those Voice of the Valley. It's just because of COVID why it didn't happen. 100%. You know what I mean? So when we get to these live shows and we can have people in the building, man, Voice of the Valley showcase is going to be lit.
Yeah, they got to get this vaccine or whatever they doing. Get it situated.
Facts. Because I need to be in a venue with more than 50 people. We need to rock this thing out. You know what I mean? And to his point, those favors back and forth and transfer of energy and just networking, that's how you build up. That's how you get it to where you want it to be. You know? So let's get that.
Right. You're not going to be successful listening to your music in your room with your friends.
Right. Correct.
Period.
Correct. That's an absolute fact. They could rewind it and listen to it again. You say you're rapping out here, and I'm calling you an MC, and that's, trust me when I tell you, that's high praise for me because I do not toss that term around lightly.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
We talked a little bit about my past, and I definitely respect the pen. You know what I mean? That's what I look for. That's why you see the people on my wall right now are people with pens.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean? That can actually say what they feel, mean what they say type of deal, you know? So for you, you know, when did you realize you wanted to start rapping and doing all this?
I want to say rap, I was probably like, I was 9 years old when I freestyled for the first time. When I actually, you know, first made like an actual song, I was probably 11. That's when I moved to Cottage Street in Monticello. I was with a group of friends, and you know, they were making music, so I wanted to see what I could do, and I got with them, and I started making music from there.
At 11?
Yeah.
Wow.
And granted, you know, I was kind of real simple.
Well, you were 11.
But like, yeah, I was real simple. But you know, I progressed very fast. But I wouldn't say I was taking it serious at that time. But that was part of the question.
That's part of the question, yeah, because you're saying at 11, you know, you're like, or 9, I'm freestyling. Like, I know I like this. I could do this. By 11, you're recording.
Right. I want to say my first, because I was in Westchester. They had me in chorus, so I was on stage, and I was like, you know, second grade, something like that, and I knew that was the feeling I wanted to feel for the rest of my life.
Gotcha.
I didn't know where I wanted to go yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Could
I
be
didn't
acting,
know.
could be
Yeah, I
anything.
could have been singing, could have been anything. So
Yeah.
I didn't really know. You know, at the time, you got a child's voice, you might sound like you could sing, but you know. So once I got to Monticello, and like hip hop really became just it for me, because I was just
Enamored with it.
inclined.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it was almost instantly I was inclined to like
You gravitated.
when somebody showed me how to write bars, I immediately knew how to write bars. When someone I watch if I listen to somebody do something, I could immediately do that right behind. You get what I'm saying? So it was like I picked up really fast with hip hop, so that became where I wanted to be at. That's like my first love, you know. And then I want to say I didn't really start taking it serious until I was probably 21, 22.
Okay.
And I was coming home from prison, and you know, I was good, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna see what I can do with it.
Got you. So from that point, so now, you know, you're home, you're thinking, I want to do this for real. So now, what do you start doing? You start putting together projects, you hook up with a studio, what do you got going on?
Yeah, you know, I was bouncing around. Locally, we didn't really have too many options as far as like studio or sound quality, so you know, I was bouncing around from the bedroom studios in the town, and the sound quality was horrible, to be honest, but you know, I didn't know the difference,
Right.
so I was just, you know, I was making the music and I was putting it out, making the music and I was putting it out. So I put a mixtape out of just like freestyles and stuff like that. It was called Vendetta Season. It's on that Piff or something, but the mixing was kind of like choppy, and it was just a bunch of freestyles. And then I ended up in trouble again in 2015 or 2016. I crashed my car in a 3-car collision, and they charged me with some drugs that they found in a bush and whatever, and then I ended up going through the process of fighting that case. And while I was in the process of fighting that case, I put together my second project, which was The Unseen Side New York. Again, you know, the mixing was kind of choppy, a lot better than the first one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the mixing was still choppy. It's a good project, though.
Same
like,
people that recorded it or no?
No, it was
Different?
like, yeah, I was finding new people at that time. The mixing was still a little choppy, but it was, you know, it was a lot better than the first one. That, you know, I did a couple videos in between that time. We did The City hit like 16,000, 17,000. We had Rider For My Team, that's also at like 13,000. We had what was next? To The Face, that did another 10,000. Like there was a couple videos. Praying for the Best, probably my favorite video, because it was just like the dialogue of it in the actual scenery and what was going on, the storyline to the video. And then I dropped the Unseen Side, New York, and that was literally like probably 18 days before I went in to do the bid for the case I was fighting.
Oh wow! So no chance to promote.
Right. I just put the project out, and I didn't even do no video. I didn't do no videos for it. No, I did one. I did one video for it, and I went in to do my little time or whatever, and when I came home, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do, so I took a little break just to gather my thoughts and figure out what I wanted to do. And then one day I just caught the bug and I wrote my first actual like streaming project, which was Welcome to the Trenches. I feel like I might have rushed it, but it was a good project. It was a solid project. More real modern compared to what my initial sound was. And that did I, you know, it wasn't like not no crazy numbers, but it did I. And I was getting a lot of notice from there, so I'm noticing verified people start watching my page, noticing people start reaching out that weren't reaching out before, people start answering messages that weren't answering, like people that are people that are established, right? So now, you know, I did Welcome to the Trenches video. That was the first song on the project. I didn't do any more video. I don't know why I didn't do any more videos. It was probably just
lazy.
Yeah, I just didn't have the money to keep shoveling in, and then when everything happened, it was, you know, things happen.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
So.
No, but we were just talking about, you know, different projects coming.
Yeah. So now, this is my fourth project, which is Who's Bravo. I feel like it's my best project.
Good.
I dropped it yesterday, and my phone hasn't stopped since it's dropped. So I feel like it's doing what it's supposed to do, like as far as it's circulating.
If you had to tell me, yo, Gabe, if you're only going to listen to one song, what song would you tell me to listen to?
On the new project or all together?
No, the new song.
The new project, I would say... I don't know. I can't, like... With this, and that's the problem I'm having with this particular project. I can't figure out which one.
Okay.
Because it's so, like, granted, I feel like any song on the project you could pick out and you'd be like, okay.
Okay.
Like, but I'd say personally, my favorite, the one I'm most attached to, is probably Back Row or No Hard Feelings.
Boom. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to repeat one of those two tracks. Oh, No Hard Feelings just sounds... I haven't heard the tracks, but we're going to check them out right now. Check it.
I heard you slid soon as I caught the bid. Blaming on whatever, shorty talk your shit. I told you what would happen way before it did.
So there really ain't no question on who lost it is.
Look at what you flossing with. Diamond clothes and TVs gave you all of it. Living like a foster kid.
I make sure we all get rich, and I vow to never stress over no ball head bitch.
Shorty sick, all of a sudden you miss me, right? I'm happy, shorty, live your life. I won't forgive you twice. Might've hit it on a Henny night.
But the facts might get your nigga tight. You weren't ready, right?
I don't even care that you were cheating. Why I had to pay your bills while they were beating. Really can't believe it, I'm in shock. Phone calls every other weekend.
Taking care of you, we weren't even speaking.
I ain't even really wanna say.
You play me, now you back to living basic.
Hey, heard that you cry every other day.
Karma paid you back for every time you played me.
Hey,
Come back.
you said that you would
So
hold it down.
with this project that you got and this these two songs, why these two songs in particular?
Back Row is like the story, like for Back Row is really representative of where I'm at in my life now. Because like the content of Back Row is like, okay, I done did everything streetwise. I done did everything that anybody could name possible. I done been through it all. So now I'm standing as a grown man who, like, I did that before. I'm not like, that doesn't excite me anymore.
Right.
And I'm telling my story throughout the song. So it's like, it's just like the progression of the record, and like the feel of the feel of it just represents me. So I feel like that one and No Hard Feelings, it's like I'm just really connected to that record. It's like I went through a situation while I was in prison with a girl, and whatever happened, you know, it's described in the song No Hard Feelings, and I like the record. It's just it's really a good record. Honestly, I feel like it's a single, and that's why I would say that one.
Okay, dope, man. I like it. So, you know, he'll remember to send me the MP3s of them so I can play them.
Yeah, I'm gonna send them. I got you.
But real quick, Bravo, I want you to look into the camera. Let them know, you know, how they can find you on the internet, and you know where they can get your new work, your old work, and all that.
This is NHO Bravo 845 on all social media platforms. You could get my first 2 mixtapes on Dat Piff. One's called Vendetta Season. The second one is called The Unseen Side of New York. Then you can go on streaming, and my first project is called Welcome to the Trenches, and my second project is called Who is Bravo, and you can search NHO Bravo.
So make sure you go check that man out. I'm sure I'll put the descriptions below. In the description below, I'll put the links and all that so you can get to it and make it real easy for you. So speaking of the project, man, do you have a certain producer that you lean on? Or?
I'm exclusively working with Drawzilla.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's the only producer I'm really working with right now.
Shout out Draw.
Granted, I want to work with a few others, but you know, he's my go-to. When I want to do a project, I'm gonna book all the time with him, and then if I want other producers to work with me, come over here, work with me, or I'll come to whatever it might be. But I like sticking with Draw because he's, in my experience, you know, been to Quad, I've been to ID Labs, I've been to any bedroom studio you could think of, almost any professional studio in the area you could think of, and as far as engineers, producers, I feel like Drawzilla is the most consistent and the most actually attached to the music, and that's important when you're looking for an engineer. Yeah, that's important when you're looking for an engineer, because if they're not as attached to the music as you are, then you're not gonna get the best quality.
There you go. That's real. I'm telling you, this show be dropping gems on people like crazy, bro. Pay attention, rewind if you need to, and listen to what he was saying. Doesn't have to be Drawzilla. That's not what he's saying, right? But find that engineer, that
somebody who cares about the music, who loves the music just as much as you do, and a lot of that would probably be, you know, working on their beats or whatever, and that would give them the extra push. But I've worked with producers who made beats who still didn't put the same care as. Right. You know what I'm saying? So
no, but shout out Zilla, man. You know, I've known that man for a long time. And you know, he came to the show and I've been on his show. Shout out to him, and Speak for Yourself on Instagram, 8:30 every Friday. Make sure you check that brother out. He had Amadeus on last night.
Yeah, I was watching last night.
He the man with that. So tell me a little bit, what are the inspirations for you to express yourself via music? Where's that coming from?
I got two. I'll say my musical inspirations. First would probably be, of course, you know, the usuals like Big, Hove. More recently, Dirk, Drake, Fab. But my real push to do music came from my mental health and my personal experience. I'm not really good with talking to like psychiatrists or what may have you. The studio is my therapist, so a lot of things I might not speak about to a person in the street. Right. I'll speak about on my albums or in my music, or I've had a major problem dealing with death my entire life. So a lot of maybe friends I've lost get their stories told through my music, and that's how I deal with that.
Got you. Got you. Nah, it's dope, and I think sometimes there's great reasons to express yourself via music, and sometimes they're not so great ones. But that right there, I'll always say is one of the better ones, because that emotion is what really does create the dope music.
Yeah,
it really is. That's the music that's gonna resonate with people.
I had just because it's recent, but yesterday, actually all day yesterday, I had people reaching out to me telling me that my newest album brought them to tears.
Wow.
And I was like, I didn't know how to take it at first, because I'm like, is that a good thing?
Right.
Like,
yeah, it is a good
but
thing. It's a very good thing.
It's a different type of attachment when you, and that's why you always hear me preach, just be true to you, tell your story, because if you tell your story, you never have to worry about it not feeling real. And that's the most important thing with music, is you want it to feel real. When you look at your favorite rappers, you wouldn't buy any of your favorite rappers if you didn't think they was about that, what they were talking about.
Right.
So in order to bypass any clout chasing, stuff like that, where people are trying to expose you, quote unquote, just be yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I always say too, don't get confused by what may be prevalent as far as sound. You don't have to be a gangster or a thug to make music. You could just be yourself, and that's 99% of it. Like, just being yourself. If you're you, people will buy into that, because you're not just making up something to give them.
Yeah, and because we're all human and we live on this earth, some of us go through the same transgressions and the same plights and same hardships, you know what I mean?
Right.
So when you're able to, that's why I say, like, some of the people on my wall, and when y'all get here, you'll see who's on the wall.
Right.
But, one of these people on the wall might not be the best, like, bar for bar lyricist ever, but there probably is no one better at expressing his feelings on paper than DMX.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, there's probably nobody better than him at that. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. I love it, man. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. That's a great, great thing. What would you say, coming up and doing this music thing, man? And we talked a lot in the pre-show about this, but what would you say are some of the biggest challenges so far for you? If you see it as a challenge, you might feel like, yo, I'm doing exactly what I set out to do already, but if not.
Let me think. I think the biggest challenge for me has been finding people that are committed, like team members. Not, I feel like I always felt like, as far as fans and getting them to interact, like I felt like that would happen with time. As you get acclimated to an artist. I never was just a fan of an artist. Like, you had to prove to me that you could do this consistently or a couple times before I actually buy in. So I never really looked at that as a challenge. But like, finding people that are committed, that are gonna work, that are gonna grind for this because you trying to change their lives, is the most difficult part as an artist, independently trying to do this.
There you go. Yeah, putting together a good team. It's true. When we say independent artists, it's like, yeah, independent artists, but there's a big team behind that independence. Right. You know what I mean? So, I get that. And having said that, we kind of touched on this when we shout out to the Rec Boys out there. Remember, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. on Facebook.
Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them.
But I had asked you on their show, who do you think your biggest supporters are right now?
Like I said on the show, you asked me, I'd say the platform's number one, because they're helping me to reach the people.
Salute.
Of course, there's my best friend Tony Marie. Shout out to you. There's my inner circle. There's my town, especially right now.
That's dope, though.
I'd say a lot of the major support though come from the women. They're the ones buying the hoodies. They're the ones streaming the singles. They're the ones posting the videos, or posting the pictures of the album, or, you know what I'm saying. I think right at this moment though is like anybody who was doubting in my area isn't doubting anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's been a wave of new support recently.
Got you. And that probably comes along with your progression as an artist too.
Yeah,
You know
the consistency. I would say just because I stayed dedicated and kept working. Like
Yeah, that's what it is, though.
a lot of people expect things to happen overnight and or expect to drop an album and it's gonna pop. Nah, it takes a lot of work and grind and blood, sweat, and tears and nights of not being able to sleep or
Sacrifice,
like
yeah.
days when you damn near ready to give up everything. Like these, it takes the trials and tribulations and the struggle. Like if you're only as strong as your struggle. A lot of people say you're only as strong as your weakest link. I feel like for me, life has taught me you only as strong as your struggle. You'll only go as far as you've had to suffer to get there.
It's an interesting point of view. You mentioned something about women and them buying your hoodies.
Yeah.
Was that what you
Yeah,
said?
well, these aren't out yet, but the regular no handouts prints with the no handouts or the ski mask, we got those out.
Yeah.
We got those out right now.
There you go. There you go. That's dope, man. And so, where can they find that stuff?
Those you could just DM me. I haven't set up the online stores
Yeah.
yet because I kind of want to make it real more personal.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
no, that's
and
dope.
more intimate.
Yeah. So on Instagram, I'm sure his handle's been on the screen the whole time. So just look him up on Instagram, DM him, ask for that hoodie. It's dope though. I'm looking at it. I would rock
appreciate
it. You know what I mean? We got the brands going on today.
Yeah, appreciate
you know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this, because you seem like a guy that would have this. Is there like a line of advice that you're kind of living by that's keeping you on the path you're on? Or a mantra, if you will?
To be honest, I don't know what's driving me anymore. It's just something like I don't know exactly what it is. I've been trying to figure it out myself because like as long as I've been doing this, you would have thought I gave up by now. But I don't know. It's just an energy that keeps pushing me. Like even when I don't want to do it, it's like something that brings me back to this. Like somebody speaking through me. I don't want to sound like some
Right.
bug out, but you know, I wake up with ideas that are just that could transcend things. That's not coming from nowhere. That's another energy that's giving me those ideas, I feel like.
There you go. So that said, is there what if I ask you, what's Bravo's biggest pet peeve? What's a big pet peeve of yours?
My biggest pet peeve is lying. One thing about me is I'm very straightforward. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing for nobody. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna act like I care about something I don't care about. I'm not gonna tell you I'm gonna do something that I'm not gonna do. So if I ask you a question or we're talking and I know you're lying, 9 times out of 10 we won't have another conversation. Or I don't ask questions unless I know the answer to them. So, like, that's kind of.
So you checking them?
Yeah, it's kind of just to see. Like, I give people chances when, like, I understand nobody's perfect.
Yeah, sure.
I give people the chance to do the right thing, or choose not to. And if you choose not to, then I can't keep you around because I know at some point I'm going to be dealing with a lot of money and I can't have nobody I can't trust around me. Yeah. It doesn't matter how little the lie is. If you lie about little shit, I know when this big bag come, I might have to watch you very close. So I don't need you.
Not be worried.
Yeah, I don't need you in the area.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's a good way to be. The old adage to me is, you know, if you just tell the truth all the time, you don't gotta remember nothing.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I feel like, yo, not for nothing, it takes too much energy to keep a lie going.
Yeah, man.
Like, relationships. I'd rather just tell, if I did some dumb shit, I'd rather just tell you because if I lie about it and you find out, it's just gonna be a bigger headache.
Right.
I'd rather deal with it now.
Yeah, deal with it now. It might not be as bad. You know, you'd be surprised in life, man, when you just upfront and communicate and say.
People are very much more inclined to forgive you if you're honest than if you lie.
Yeah, no, it's true. And if you look like I just want to deal with it type of
Yeah.
attitude, you know what I mean? Like, so whatever.
Yeah.
Brother, we have arrived towards the end of my show, but I can't let you get away without asking my favorite question.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you've done a lot of shows because you stay grinding. That's very evident, right?
Yeah.
So I want you to tell me about the first time you felt like a star doing this music thing.
The first time I felt like a star, I was buying my car in Newburgh. You know, I'm not from Newburgh. I don't really frequent Newburgh
But
like
you went
that.
there to get a car?
Went out there to get a car, and somebody walked up to me. Yo, you're Bravo. You're the one that make that music. I was like, oh, you know me.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's dope. That's got to be one of the dopest feelings.
Yeah, and I never, you never realize how far you're reaching.
True.
And that was the first time that happened to me.
Yeah.
But like now, it's like not now, but like since then, it's been like, I go places that you would never think
Somebody's gonna know you,
Right.
recognize you. Yeah, and they do.
yo, you. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's like it's happened a few times to me just with the whole Finally TV
Yeah.
thing, you know what I mean, which is kind of cool. Your story reminds me of Rachel Hendricks. Shout out Rachel Hendricks. But she was like, yo, for me, I was going through like a drive-through at a fast food joint, and the girl recognized me for being a singer. You know, it's like,
Yeah,
yo,
that happened to
right
me.
there.
That happened to me the other day. I was at McDonald's in the drive-thru. It was like, yo, that freestyle too humble.
Yeah, it's dope. You know what I mean? So shout out to y'all,
It's
man.
a good feeling. I love y'all.
Absolutely. So Bravo, man. One more time, look into the camera. Tell them where they can find you, how they can support you.
It's good. It's NHO Bravo 845 on all social media platforms. NHO Bravo on all streaming sites. My Facebook's Barry Bowser. Yeah, I mean, you can add me if you want. Love is love. I'm on YouTube. Got videos out. Got everything you want. Like I said, Vendetta Season is on that Piff. The Unseen Side of New York is also on that Piff. Welcome to the Trenches on streaming, and Who is Bravo is out now.
Out now. Who is Bravo? Links below. Make sure you check that out. People, I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode. You know I love you for that. So today, the special emojis that you got to put below to get into this raffle. I've been getting into the habit of letting my guests pick one of the emojis. So if I asked you what emoji you think you use the most or that you like the most, which would it be?
I've been using the little rocket ship lately a lot.
The rocket
I've been
ship.
using that a lot
I
lately.
like that. The rocket ship and let me see.
Because we taking off.
Yeah, we
rocket
take. You know
ships.
what? As a matter of fact, it's absolute facts for taking off. So I want you to do the rocket ship with the 100. That's all you gotta do. Rocket ship with a 100 in the comments below, and your name gets entered into the raffle for the Finally TV giveaway. Doing that on Cash App, so make sure you do that. So let's get that going and get it going in the right direction. So. Rocket ship 100 emoji. This is Voice of the Valley. That is NHO Bravo. I am Gabriel. Shout out to Angie. We out of here, baby. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.